What do you do when you have done everything you know to do and the other person still won't make peace? Well, it helps me to remember that even Jesus, the Almighty Son of God, the divine Son of God, couldn't make peace with everyone as well. If you think about the apostles, Jesus chose them. He knew their hearts, He knew their minds, and yet they betrayed him. And particularly, who do you think of? Well, Judas. He certainly betrayed Jesus, but so did Peter, so did the other apostles. In fact, on the hill, on the cross, only John was left. And yet, Peter and the others came back, but Judas would not. Judas was his own worst enemy. Judas went out and hung himself. And Judas is the one who I think represents those people who simply will not make peace no matter what you do. There are some unhealthy people. And I wonder if Jesus didn't allow Judas in the 12 to be an example for us, to help us understand that no matter how hard we work to be a peacemaker, there may be other people who simply will not make peace. There are several women in my lives over my 30 years of ministry that refuse to reconcile with me. And I'm sad about that, but I'm not going to allow that to shackle me or to keep me from doing what I believe God has asked for me to do with my life. And I would say to you, the same thing is true. I occasionally get an email or phone call since writing the book, Leading Women Who Wound, from somebody who says, help me, give me some advice. And I got an email from a woman a couple weeks ago from Ohio. Her wounds were still raw, and she was allowing this conflict to consume her life. She was almost obsessed by it, and yet that conflict occurred 8 years ago. My advice to her: you've done all you can do. You've followed Matthew 18. You've worked hard. You've attempted to reconcile and make peace. Give it up. Go on. Romans 12:18 tells us, if possible, as far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all people. She had done that. If we do that, if we are intentional about being peacemakers, if we understand the Matthew 18 process, if we're direct in our working with people, in making peace, and they won't make peace, then we need to simply go on.